The success of It's a Wonderful Life is a fascinating story. When the movie came out, it was released December 20th in limited release, but it didn't go out to the whole nation until January. They didn't really consider it a Christmas movie. The poster doesn't have anything Christmassy on it. And it came out, made some money, but not enough to recoup the amount of money they spent on making it and promoting it. So it was deemed a failure, pretty much forgotten. And then in the 70s, the copyright elapsed. There's some dispute as to whether it truly did. But either way, when it did, television stations found they could play it all the time. And then the copyright was kind of pulled back in, I think, by Republic Pictures. And all of a sudden, it was something that you had to get on VHS or wait for the once-a-year showing on NBC. But I topped all of that, and I have it on CD-ROM. We are using this computer. This is an IBM ThinkPad 760ED. Look at this glorious old beast. Now would be a great time to fill in your registration card and send it in. I will add it to my auto exec bat. I don't know. I don't have a printer. All right, so we got this table of contents, trivia quiz, trailer, film part 1, behind the scenes. All right, we got all this. Let's start out with the film part 1. Look at this layout. So we got this scene from the end. This is, I think, I busted the jukebox. And then we've got our VCR. Now if we click AV, what do we get? Volume, video, size. Okay, all right. Interesting. Utilities, and then index. So that shows, all right. So we're going to hit play. All right, quality is very good for that size, especially for something this old. It's about where Mr. Gower is going to slap his ear back. So we're 7 minutes and 31 seconds in, or if we wanted to, we could know it in frames. We're 5,480. Let's try some different video size. Let's go down. Make it smaller. Actually look best this size. Now down here it says trailer. So we've got this dance. This is the dance sequence. As of now, if you're looking at this trailer, you have no idea this is a Christmas classic. Thomas Mitchell and that Raven. That Raven appeared in hundreds of movies, apparently. So you see, no Christmas. I mean, that's the thing that's interesting about this movie. Let's see if it says no. I wonder what that means. If we click note, that's not bookmark. What is that?
It's wonderful and amazing when you remember that he filmed in California during summer. He went to extraordinary lengths to get the snow just right. He used some 250 tons of plaster for the snowbanks. At the time, studios typically used cornflakes painted white as falling snow.
Right, but it made too much noise.
Crunched loudly, drowning out any dialogue.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear this, but it's interesting. It's a little trivia. Very cool. So here's the chapter title. So Bert and Ernie, let me quickly tell you that if you've ever heard that this is the origin of Ernie and Bert from Sesame Street, it's not.
Wait, where's Mary? Where's my kids?
Watch him, Bert.
Bert, Ernie, what's the matter with you two guys? You were here on my wedding night.
So Ernie and Bert were named by Jim Henson during a time period where this movie had not been shown in years and was not a classic yet. It became a classic because it went into the public domain. They thought there was a whole fight over the rights later, and now it's not in the public domain. But for a while, TV stations thought they could, and they did, play it often. You know, it was like how they play A Christmas Story on TNT or TBS. They did it all day long. You could tune in and be like, oh, It's a Wonderful Life's on every channel.
Hot butter rum and Irish coffee? No, not It's a Wonderful Life again.
This flick is so sweet it makes my teeth ache.
How many times a day are they going to show this golden moldy?
6. From now until New Year's on Channel 13, It's a Wonderful Month.
When Sesame Street was being made, this was a couple years before this movie started getting played everywhere. So Jim Henson says he didn't name it after these characters. He didn't remember this movie if he had seen it. He probably had never seen it. Wonder what search for. Text. So let's just say gold. Gold. Let's find gold. No printer. I don't understand. I don't know why. I don't know what it has to do with printing. Search criteria not found. All right. I mean, just imagine this was before we had IMDb. So this was, I would have never known half this. So he was in a Connecticut Yankee. Bye Bye Birdie, Connecticut Yankee. That's one that's about an eclipse. That's Sam Wainwright. Tom, who withdraws $242. Let's look at this. He was a character actor. That's very cool. So he was in Captain America of 1944. Let's see, it says Freddie, who opens the pool. Let's see. That should be Alfalfa. Yeah, Carl Alfalfa Switzer. He did The Little Rascals. Died, sadly, very young. You can see 1926, 1959. He got in a dispute with somebody else. He was training dogs, and he got in a dispute with somebody that was either having their dog trained or selling a dog to him or something. He ended up getting into an altercation, and then he ended up dead. Very sad. All right, let's go with Annie the cook. Annie, I'm in love with you. Annie, nope, not the angel. Annie the cook, there she is. Born 1915, died 1980, so she got to see the revival of the film start. She played Andy's girlfriend on Amos and Andy. She played the mother of Bill Cosby on The Bill Cosby Show. Wow. A lot of work, a lot of controversy, too. Interesting. Why don't we look at this scrapbook? Here's Jimmy Stewart in costume outside his trailer. Donna Reed pondering the script. These are actually loading really fast, by the way, this is a very old computer I'm using. And I remember stuff loading so slowly back then. And so feels like it's a little faster than that. Let's see. Here's him directing the kissing scene. I don't want to get in on any ground floor. What is the name of the town? They live in Bedford Falls. What do they use instead of sleds? They use shovels. Before young Bailey sleds down the hill. Oh boy, see, they were like, we sucked you in with. All right, so George has to go down. I think he goes first. So I think that's because I think they're watching and they're like, he's just a boy. So I'm going to say it's George, Marty, and Sam, because I'm going to say Sam Wainwright is the last one to come down. Yes. How old is George when we first see him? 12? All right. How did he lose his hearing? He caught a bad cold. Where did he work? He worked at Gower's drugstore. What did he wish? Wish I had $1 million. He wished on a lighter.
Hot dog!
What did she order? She wanted shoelaces. What magazine? The National Geographic Society. Brainless. It's a new magazine. I never saw it before. She says, George Bailey, I'll love you till the day I die. As a boy, he's not to be a canary. I didn't pay you to be a canary. Where does George get the idea to ask his father? It's from a poster. It's an ad for Corporal Cigars. Ask Dad, he knows. When young George Bailey sees Henry Potter and Peter Bailey at the building and loan, what amount of money does he owe? It's $3,000. It's the amount of money that he's got to, because Uncle Billy, it was stolen. I think it's 3. It's either 3 or 4. It could be 5. I don't think so. I think it's 3. Ooh. Doesn't tell me what was right. I'm Angel's second class. I'm a true fan. Credits, which will be the credits for the disc, I think. So let's take a look. It's a Wonderful Life, Multimedia Edition. Thanks to Mark and Bud Podzrazak and our many beta testers and friends who put up with us for all those months. So that's the credits. Let's look at the texts. No printers installed. All right, stop. It says, Frank Capra is back. So how do I read this? I use these arrows to go down. Frank Capra is back. At the risk of being accused of stating the expectedly obvious, it can be added that Frank Capra is back with a bang. He's back with a bang, baby. Here's the script. He's got the IQ of a rabbit. Oh, here it is. Mr. Gower, you don't know what you're doing. You put something wrong in those capsules. I know you're unhappy. You got that telegram and you're upset. You put something bad in those capsules. It wasn't your fault. It wasn't his fault. So if you pay very close attention, the label is wrong on it. And then he tests it and he's, oh my God, it's poison. So in his, I guess there would be a reason. I want to be like, oh, why do you have poison? But I guess there's probably a legit reason a druggist would have it back then. But seems like you want to label it a lot better. So I do think The Greatest Gift. So this is the original short story. This was never published. Yeah, it's George Pratt. She walked home without her coat because she loves that flower. There's the pedals. So he puts those pedals in his pocket. So he pretends to fix it, but he puts them in his pocket, and that's why when he finds them, Zuzu's pedals, oh, my lips bleeding. So great. All right, let's try this script to screen. No printer installed. Get it? I don't have a printer. Stop printer shaming me. All right, so here's the script. So I guess what it'll do is it'll take me to this part. So give the flower a drink, puts the flower in the glass of water. So let's click back, and then I guess it'll go back over there. Oh, knob comes off. Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh no, it's all right. All right, George. Whew, it was close.
Oh, Mr. Welch.
Well,
Okay, that's fine, Mr. Welch. Give me a chance to tell you what I really think of your wife.
we saw movie stills, promotional. We saw behind the scenes. Do we see promotional photos? That's the lobby poster. Wow, look at that. Again, you can see they were not pumping up the fact that this had any connection to Christmas. And they used to do big premieres back then. So yeah, these are stills from the movie. Oh, that's pretty cool. George looks on at the distraught Gower. So this is pretty cool because you could almost like read the whole movie, you know, like almost like a storybook. I want a big one. Well, I think I've got to put in disc 1, and I'm going to watch this film. A king? The run on the bank.
This thing isn't as black as it appears.
The richest man in town.
No man is a failure who has friends. Thanks for the wings. There's two things. It should really say no man who has friends is a failure. I feel like the wording is just weird. And second thing, I wish that Clarence got just like a plate of wings at Buffalo Wild Wings. Attaboy, Clarence. Ah. It was fun. Go back in time, watch that movie on an IBM 760 ED. By the way, hope you joined the Postcard Club. You could be like my big brother Rob, Michael and Jessica. You could also be like Matthew Chapin and Chris. It's a good gang. You can join in. Send you a postcard in the month every mail for just... I'll send you a postcard in the month every mail. I'll send you a postcard in the mail every month for just $3. Go sign up. In a moment, a couple videos are going to pop up. On this side will be a video I did where I showed all the filming locations from all of my favorite Christmas movies. It's a Wonderful Life, Miracle on 34th Street, Home Alone 2, A Christmas Story. I went to a whole bunch of great places all across the country. Otherwise, YouTube says to choose this one, and I'll see you next time.